Hello and welcome to the New Age Geek channel. If you're new here, we'll be an inclusive space for people of all walks of life through the power of friendship, magic, and tabletop role-playing games. Today we have Forging Fates, our sober D&D campaign set in the critical role world of Exandria, following our venturing party, the Fists of Fate. What's up, Fists?
What's up, Joe?
Hi, Joe.
So your weekly friendly little reminder that the New Age Geeks includes more than just us up here on the screen. It relies on all of you wonderful geeks and your participation in this community that we are building together. If you want to become one of the New Age Geeks, you absolutely can. Just make sure to subscribe to our YouTube and Twitch channels and join our Discord, where you'll find moderated chats, emotes by one of our favorite geeks, Sarah.
Hi,
Hello,
Sarah.
And chat rooms with the cast and other members of this growing community. Another friendly little reminder is that the best way to help us out is with engagement, so we'd greatly appreciate if you'd watch the video all the way through, like, comment, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so that these platforms know to share us with everybody else. Beyond Twitch and YouTube, we do have posts going up on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, and Threads, so if you're on those platforms, make sure to give us a follow for more geeky goodness.
Twitch Prime is free if you already have Amazon Prime. It awards you a 1-month subscription to any channel on Twitch. Once per month, you just need to go in and resubscribe to that channel at no additional cost. Just link your accounts and click subscribe with Prime on that channel. Use it on us. If you're feeling charitable, please subscribe on Twitch and YouTube, perhaps gift subscriptions to others, cheer using bits, donate via PayPal, subscribe to our Patreon. And lastly, if you wish to become a sponsor for the New Age Geeks, reach out to us directly via our Instagram page to begin those discussions.
Speaking of sponsors, if you enjoy the music we have going on here on Forging Fates, we highly recommend checking out the Soundcraft bot. Soundcraft bot allows you to play open source, community selected music and soundscapes directly from your Discord server with just a few clicks. Whether you're playing with friends or streaming on Twitch, you can use the audio stress-free. With their Pro subscription, you get their playlist builder, shareable playlist codes, access to 40+ music genres, 20+ soundscape types, global genre selections, and 2 premium Discord servers, all for just $10 a month. But by using our referral code NAG, that is N-A-G, you get $2 off subscription for the first 3 months. All you need to do to get started is invite the Soundcraft bot of your choosing into your server, hit play, and let Soundcraft take care of the rest.
And we are also partners with Dragon's Nest Delivery. If you don't know what Dragon's Nest Delivery is, it is a D&D shop with a ton of D&D essentials, including dice, apparel, homebrew adventures, their Nat 20 card series, which we have been using over on Queer and Present Danger. And they even have a D&D subscription box, which includes dice, candy, one-shot adventures, minis, and a bunch of downloadable content as well. So when you go to checkout, make sure to use our referral code NEWAGEGEEKS, that is all one word, for 18% off of your order. And yes, that even includes the subscription box. So when you go and check them out, make sure to tell them that we sent you.
Amazing. Let's see. Announcements of the week. New Age Geeks has none. What about you, Yuri? What do you got going on this week?
This weekend, if you are in the Southern California area, I will be at Anime Expo, I think all 4 days, so Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And then next week, starting a mini-series over at Help Action Needed. So I'll remind you guys next Monday. Don't worry about it.
What about you, Omega? You got anything going on this week?
Yeah, tomorrow you can check out twitch.tv/surfefforts for our 4th episode of our summer series, which is kicking off very, very strongly. Really good energy over there. And on Fridays, my Baldur's Gate 3 inspired D&D campaign over on twitch.tv/QueerHit Chronicles continues forth. Because, you know, it may be 4th of July, but I don't care. So we're going to continue playing some D&D. Outside of that, I will be at Gen Con. I actually have 3 different live shows plus some panels I am doing there. So look at my socials for things I am doing, because I'm too lazy to talk about every single last one right now.
Okay.
That's me.
CC or Dom, you got anything going on this week you want to talk about? All right, then, if there's nothing left to talk about, let's dive right into tonight's episode of Forging Fates. We are back. Okay, so picking up where we last left off, Gormrog, if you would love to give us a recap of last week's episode.
Report number 95 to Cressida Holt. We returned the Black Flag Square to scope out the prisoners and their situation. There was a lot of deliberation among the Fists and Morgan's crew about what to do and who had what capabilities, but ultimately there was a lot of good ideas, and the team worked together well. Rhynak was less than enthused to be freeing the pirates and hung back from much of the rescue. Including Morgan's dwarven boatswain Watcher, there were 7 prisoners, some in stockades, some in hanging cages. Zarel cast Pass Without a Trace on the party to sneak closer to the prisoners, and some kind of mind link spell that kept them all in contact with him while we sprung them out. The Tempest Blade allowed me to cast Water Breathing on the majority of the crew and prisoners. Morgan, Zarel, and I started breaking locks while Finnick and Soshi kept watch, one on the ground, one in the air. Finnick was also quick with a mage hand when I accidentally let some lock parts fly. Once the prisoners were free, Finnick cast Crown of Madness on a nearby guard to start the distraction. Soshi transformed into a whale and broke through the floating planks of the island, and everyone dropped through the floorboards. I tied Finnick's rope of climbing to my waist while everyone grabbed on, then swam as hard as I could till we reached our ship a mile away. There was chaos around us. Morgan froze the hole in the planks, Zarel became an octopus, we were pursued by a golem. Once we got to the ship, Finnick blasted many of the other ships with lightning, Zarel transformed again into a dragon, setting fire to the ships and shore alike. Rhynak was instrumental in delaying the golem with teleportation magics, and with a final crashing wave, Morgan pushed us out to sea, escaping our pursuers. The event ended with Morgan replacing her reclaimed pirate's flag, a black background with a copper telescope and a scimitar in an X pattern. A few hours later, we find ourselves at Salt Rain Reach, an improvised beach city with no docks. Alongside our ship is another, flying a black flag with a red spider spinning a web. The flag is called the Red Widow's Coil, and the ship is monikered the Web Spinner. Its captain, Matron Nolestra Valen. I'll write more if I learn more. Soshi, Gale, and Zarel are staying with the Siren Song, and while the rest of us rode to shore, there seems to be a lot of partying here. And the only rule is that there are no rules here. What could possibly go wrong? Ever vigilant, Gormrog, Everflame of the Rimmermaw people, Expositor of the Cobalt Soul, and Digit of the Fists of Fate.
Okay, so with that, as your small boats have kind of pulled off and away from the Siren Song, finding purchase on the soft white sands of Siltspin. Saltrin. A lot of names I got to remember here, guys. Sorry.
Yeah, so Spin is the other place.
Yep. Saltrin. Instantly, you can hear the sounds of music being sung from within this beach-like encampment almost. There is not many trees to be found across the entirety of this island from where you can see, but you see a lot of these makeshift housing kind of set up across, and there is fires spread out throughout the entirety of this small town. And you can see illuminating glow throughout the city. The sounds of rabble, we'll say, rabble, echo throughout the open air, and you see a multitude of peoples, all of which you can guess are pirates, as based on the housing of weaponry hanging from various belts and the behaviors being had, we'll say, as there is intermingling of peoples. We'll go with to keep it PG. That being said, as your boat pulls up ashore, the open city is yours, essentially. You can already see people kind of engaging in some games throughout this even this smallish beach area, you see you see two people. I got a lot of games, guys. Hold on, I gotta pick a good one. Well, I'm not gonna do that one. I have an animal fighting game in here. I don't know if that's appropriate. There's two people, each of them holding a large fish that seems to be long dead that they have caught, and you see them lined up across from each other, just bring back and just slap the shit out of the other person with this fish. They stumble a bit before rising up. There's this howl from the onlookers as more gold is exchanged before the other person slaps the shit out of the other person with a giant fish. But yeah, there's plenty of things to be done here. There seems to be entertainment in any way you can find it. So what kind of entertainment are you guys looking for this evening?
Morgan did promise everyone a free dinner.
Mm-hmm.
So, what places, thoughts, or food would I see?
Sure. Honestly, the only places that seem like really semi-established are places that have food or some sort of like bedding for crews that come in. So while they are not like multi-story buildings, they are these larger, fleshed out, single-story wooden and canvas buildings. A lot of outdoor seating specifically around these places, and you can already tell the food is being brought out from within inside, and you could smell the food. It smells great. And as you approach, one of the first things you notice, and you've had this plenty of times before, Morgan, is conch fritters. They're these delicious conch, kind of ground up and turned deep fried in a fritter with the hot sauce. Delicious. There's also fish in various forms being served, crabs, the typical things you'd see on a beach environment.
All right. Well, what do you all say? We get to scrubbing first, and then see if any of you are up for a game or
Game of fish.
I'm probably gonna find a different game, like I don't know, a gambling or something that I think I can sleight of hand my way into winning.
Okay. All right. As
Food
you
sounds good
approach,
by me.
I apologize. Morgan, this is the Crimson Barrel. You've been here before. It is owned by Renbina, a half-orc woman. Used to be a pirate, kind of just retired at this point, and runs her little inn.
What's her name?
Redmina. M-I-N-A.
Redmina?
Red, like the color. Mina, M-I-N-A.
Gotcha.
It's like you get a whole bunch of Scrabble tiles and just shake the bag really hard.
Are you playing Boggle?
Guys, I came up with a lot
I
of
love
names.
it.
This
No, I
17th,
love
there's a
it.
lot
It's
of fucking
great.
names.
You're doing great.
There's a reason Matt
Gormrog
Mercer
is-
hasn't done anything with the shattered teeth. Much.
Gormrog is immediately wary of Redmina, by virtue of her being a half-orc and his experiences with other half-orcs. They're just immediately on edge.
Morgan, just a little extra information. You would know her name is Redmina because her hands have these reddish scars on them from packing powder into cannons, and she got a burn one time and her hands turned red. That's why she's called Redmina.
That makes sense. We have not rested yet, right?
No, you have not rested.
We have not.
Okay.
We did a short rest technically on the boat, but that was it.
Yeah, you could take a short rest. I don't know if we said that or not. But yeah, you had enough
I
time.
had
for a short
asked about
rest.
how long it was. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Um, Rhynak is with the party.
Okay.
Rhynak is present. Rhynak is here. Rhynak does not look like they want to play a singular game. Rhynak does not look like they want to participate in the festivities. It's so hard for me as a bard in real life to play such a buzzkill. But
Really expanding your acting repertoire.
but he is here because of the group. And so where they go, he will go with. Not necessarily follow, but he will go with. But notating the slight, I guess, shift in Gormrug's demeanor, he will not like saddle up, but he will have just kind of strode closer to him. Not often that I see you so internally compromised.
It's not often I get reminded of my childhood.
And what exactly is that? Oh, never mind. You do not need to divulge, especially in such an unsavory place where many people might take that information and use it against you.
I'm just going to stroke the scar on the left side of my face.
I'm going to assume that was not done on purpose. Or maybe it was.
It's from the first time I died.
First, you say? How many times has it been?
Twice.
Looking as alive as ever.
Yeah, there's rules about coming back, though, according to the clerics. So
No, what rules would that be?
you get 3.
How interesting. He just gives you a smile. Okay.
There's a lot I could divulge, but maybe not here.
Likewise, he says, for a moment pondering, not really pondering, but like, you can tell of that really small conversation, the dying part made him go, oh, but he lets it go and turns to Morgan. So, where is the feast? I'm sure you all are starving.
I was actually about to ask. So, Rhynak, you don't have to breathe, but does Rhynak need to eat?
It's not really something I care for anymore.
Okay, so I'm gonna assume that means you don't have to eat, but you can.
Sure.
All right.
And to be real with you, Rhynak, I'm also a chef, and I'm slightly confused by this. You don't need to, fine, but you don't enjoy it?
Perhaps I did once upon a time. I understand its cultural significance. I understand what it does for the body. I understand many things. Does not mean it is something that is upon my mind or thought at any given point in time as of late.
All right. Well, I will try to see if I can find anything that makes Rhynak smile. For today. We'll see. We'll see. Got a couple of foods in mind. We'll just order one of everything.
What is?
There has to be something that you're gonna like, I think.
What is Morgan's passive insight or passive perception? Either
22.
one. When you say you hope you want to find something that can make Rhynak smile, Rhynak looks directly at you, but you notice he's not looking at your face. He's looking where Gormrog pulled out the piece of sword that he has. He's looking at that spot on you.
Just
Like,
top of the
hey,
chest.
there's one thing
Mhm.
that would make
Just
me
for
happy.
a moment, just looks at. He's definitely not looking at anything else that's there. But he just thinks for a moment. He goes, but we'll find out. Stop. Ace. Arrow.
That's what makes it better.
I think so too.
Either way.
Real quick for a point of clarification, Morgan carries the Tempest on her hip still, or does she carry it? Because she can summon it at will, like a warlock weapon. Does she
Oh.
keep it?
I carry it.
You carry it.
and
I thought
keep
so.
it
Okay.
on my person.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know why I thought it was also like within you. Then never mind.
So
He looks.
You look at the sword. Yeah.
Yeah, 100% looks at the sword and then looks back at you. Yeah.
Yeah. She knows
Um,
what you mean. She doesn't care. She's gonna
Gormrog.
beat you till you
Fair.
explode.
Gormrog's piece is just like the top of a scimitar.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It has no handle, so holding it would cut
Not
up
be
his
gr-
hand.
That'd be great.
That's why it's held here and not
Yeah.
Makes
here.
sense.
Makes sense. Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah, you would. Rhynak wouldn't know that. But as a player, you would that every one of the elemental blades can. It's literally just a warlock weapon, so it could be summoned at will.
Oh, well, he did it last episode.
Right,
Yeah.
Yeah. He unsummoned it. And, yeah.
Okay, wasn't sure. I forget things.
Okay. So.
Yeah. Morgan likes to carry it on herself because she thinks Typhon likes to like breathe and like look at things and be outside.
No.
Yeah.
That's so cute. I can't.
It is.
As you think this, Morgan, you hear Typhoon just go, "Oh, God," just frustration.
Yeah. We'll find some things for you to cut up later.
I think that I would be trailing behind a little bit, just sort of taking in all the sights and like not being used to seeing like this much like revelry and stuff, not having seen it in a very long time. And so just sort of taking in the surroundings.
I will add, with you all have high enough passive perceptions, you do notice Finnick getting the most looks, being the only person in plate armor on a beach. So
Hey, you never know when a fight's gonna break out.
Yeah, and Morgan already saw her being like strong as hell.
Yeah.
And she's like, she's fine. She can take care of herself. Not even worried a little bit. But that does make
Mhm.
sense. You're probably like, what other shiny things does she have?
Here's the muscle of the fists of fate.
What is not zero?
Yeah, Morgan ushers everyone in,
This music.
and waves a hand to.
there's not
to
good
our
pirate
hostess.
music. Sorry.
It's like it's so just.
Yes.
Yeah, we're about to fight something.
The bathroom, maybe after
Hmm?
this.
Yeah, it was like. Where's the toilet? Where's the toilet?
Yeah, I wave our hostess down.
Yeah. Easy enough. Noticing you, Redbean is the one that's going to come over and kind of serve you. She makes her way over. Hey, Morgan, I'm glad to see you.
Hey, you look as good as ever.
You know how it is for me. She kind of moves a bit of hair behind her ear.
The place looks real lively today. Don't mean to put so much work on you, but I'm going to have to ask for one of everything.
Oh,
You see,
yeah.
I have guests with me.
I love it. I'm
And
always
she
happy to serve you,
approaches.
Morgan.
Yeah, and then everybody just, choose your own drinks, but I think you'll see that the food will be more than enough. Oh, I'm so excited. They make some of the best conch fritters you will ever have.
We also have plenty of citrus juices or coconut milk or water, whatever you'd prefer.
Do you have
I'll some
caffeine of any
coconut
kind?
water.
We always have coffee and tea.
I'll take coffee.
Okay.
Coconut's disgusting. Yeah, I'm a stand on that throne.
Me as a player, I can't drink coconut water. Like I don't
Coconut's-
like it.
I don't
But I
do
think
coconut.
Morrigan would.
Yeah. I will take a lovely tea.
Very well, my friend. And you, dear, she kind of looks towards you, Finnick.
If you have a lemonade of any sorts.
Of course. I'd bring a few lemonades. I'll bring a pitcher out for you and bring a few different pitchers out. I'm sure you'll be drinking throughout the evening if you're ordering that much food. Yeah, Morgan. Just, whatever it is you pay, the usual.
Of course. Hey, before you go, two motions are closer. There's I see the spiders here.
Mm-hmm. She came in not this morning.
Anything of note?
She says she's looking for something out north of the Isles.
Looking for something.
Aye, she said she got some sort of map for some buried treasure or whatnot. Some ship that sunk there not but a few weeks ago.
North of here?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we're going that way anyways. Thank you. You know where she's staying?
Here. I'm sure you'll see her around eventually.
I hope I do. Thank you.
Be careful with that one. You know the spider. She's always the way she is.
I'm always careful.
She gives you a little elbow to the shoulder and goes off and starts getting your food and drink prepared.
Another job?
Oh, no, this is more just pirate business.
I see.
I might be able to grab that myself. We'll see how the night goes. But don't concern yourself with that kind of stuff. I look around. I'm assuming I don't see her. Do I see any other people that look interesting?
Sure. Looking around, there's a variety of people, some of which you know, some of which you don't. I'll just name off a few and you tell me who you want to talk to. You see Slappy Ned.
No, ma'am.
Nope.
Human, wears a drum. You see Delva. He is a blacksmith, and you know him from just various work he's done throughout the Isles. Dwarven individual. There is Big Bogo. He is a Goliath who is dock worker and street fighter. You've used him in the past as muscle on some intimidation jobs. He's pretty simple. There is Sister Morella, a half-elven cleric. And you've dealt with her before, though she's never served on your crew. There is, let's see, Navara Yalaran, the High Elf Navigator. And there is
Navara Yalari?
Yalaran. Navara Yalaran. You know her as the Red Wake, Morgan. And there is, let's see, Three Toe, also known as Malgrin Duskroot, a half-orc male. who is typically used as muscle on various ships. And there is where is he? I want to make sure I get his name. Buckles, the halfling, runs cannons on ships. Called Buckles because he has an obsessive compulsion about buckles, and he has about 12 buckles on each shoe. Why? No one really knows. And honestly, because he's a little crazy, running the cannons and whatnot, no one asks. If anyone needs those information, I can easily send this to you. So just let me know.
My curiosity. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, did you want to post it in the chat?
I have to copy and paste certain
Or-
ones, so just
Oh, okay.
because it's from a big doc I have. So if there's someone
Okay.
specific you want, just tell me. I can post it.
The cleric.
Clerk, sure.
Sorry.
Sister Morella.
Yes.
I got my curiosity is, as we're sitting here, as soon we've got our table, and we're, wherever it is. I mean, definitely doing let's just see, not really who's interesting, more so who's interested in us, not in a typical, oh, these are newbies or whatever, because we have a Morgan here, so there's a little bit of familiarity. But also, three of us are not pirates, so we know there's going to be a little bit of curiosity on that part. Who is looking past that? And if they're looking at any of us in particular,
Sure.
just keeping the eyes up. Also, your boy Gregor is definitely out and probably purchased somewhere.
Okay, so roll me a insight check at advantage. I'll give you because of Gregor. Also, just as a note, those are only the people that Morgan knows. There's about 2 to 3 dozen other people in the space, but those are the ones that Morgan's able to pick out specifically that she would know.
13 was highest.
It's okay. Yeah.
I rolled low.
Yeah. No, there's not a lot of attention being diverted towards you guys. It being so late in the afternoon at this point, well, it's not. It's pretty much the beginning of the nighttime kind of activities. So a lot of the bravado, we'll say, of like,
Yeah.
we're here is kind of diminished at this point, and it's really just people kind of like actually taking the time to relax. There's no heat on them from the sun. Like there's a nice breeze coming in across the ocean, so tempers really have died down a lot here. So there's not a lot of that yet. Who knows how the rest of the night may go, but at least this like pre-warm up to evening festivities is very calm, respectable. You know what I'm trying to say.
Respectable.
Yep.
Got that. All right, cool. He will just settle back ish, still just being Rynak. A level of slight uncomfortability. But he'll just kind of be there.
Out of well, she knows a lot of people, hasn't necessarily worked with all of them.
Right.
But I think looking at so many familiar faces, she's going to want to probably go over to her little cannon
Buckles.
cannon boy.
Buckles.
Yeah.
All right. Let me get the buckles.
Yeah. And she'd just
Oh no.
I'm gonna be right back. But please, when the food arrives, help yourselves. Get comfortable. Whatever you want tonight on me. Food wise and drink wise. Just want to make that clear. Okay. Because there's a lot of things you can bite and do around here. And she stands up and heads over to Buckles, and I'm already terrified and regretting every life decision that got me here.
Morgan, is that you? Well, how the
Hey.
hell brought you out here?
It's been a while.
Well, you're damn right it has. He holds up a hand. It's only like 3 fingers.
It's
and he
missing
kind of,
fingers. Yeah. Mhm. I
what?
see those healed very nicely.
Good job on him too. Someone said he'd give me some fake one, but I like these.
Yeah, no, fake ones don't do the job. That and they're
No.
usually wood, so that's more flammable. Probably not recommended.
You,
I think
you know
this
what?
is
I didn't even
great
think of that.
Exactly. So how have you been doing a lot of jobs lately?
You know
how's
me,
it-
I'm always working. I'm always working.
How would you like to do some jobs for me again?
Well, how much is it paying there, Morgan? I don't work for free.
I know. You're one of the greatest gunners I have ever seen.
I know. You don't have to tell me twice. Holds up his other finger, and there's just
Nothing-
one finger on the other hand.
Nothing makes things go boom quite like you, Buckles. I see you still rocking the boots.
You know me. Goggles.
The way you're blowing out your microphone
Oh,
right
sorry.
now and doing
I
this voice.
Sorry.
She would know like around usually how much, right? Like
Yeah, Buckles usually
hired
works
help
for
usually.
like you can a cannoneer. You're talking maybe 5 gold for a month. We'll say
Right.
plus a portion of any cut.
Yeah, like if we get treasure and
Right.
they get room and board and all of that, just sort of included by the fact of working on the ship. So yeah, I'd probably offer like a little more. You see, I'm trying to do something big, Buckles. And we're gonna need someone with your knowledge in explosives and cannonry. Looking to probably get in a couple fights. Looking to win them, if you know what I mean. I am totally open to raising your pay from last time.
To what?
I don't know.
Buckles isn't cheap.
I know. 7 instead of 5. Room and board included. Whatever we get.
Well, fortunately, I am between ships. So, guess you got Buckles. And he holds out his finger.
I'm gonna assume that's me.
Shit, let's go. No, shake. I'm trying to shake your hand, Morgan. Deal's a
Ow.
deal.
Okay. She grabs his finger and shakes it. Also, I've got a couple of new recruits. And they need some shaping up. A couple of them have worked a cannon before, but I'm gonna
Ain't no
be
one works
looking
it
at
like
you to
Buckles.
get them in. Exactly, gonna be looking at you to get them in fighting shape. Teach them
Wow.
how to do things right.
I'm more
Oh
than
no, when did he get toothless? When did that happen?
I'm more than happy to do it.
Oh, I could have talked to literally anybody else.
No consequences.
Is any of you guys a mod right now?
I was about to say the exact same thing.
Can we
If we-
can we handle this, please?
Yep.
Yeah, don't come into my chat and try and commission art when clearly we have art.
It's bot/spam
Yeah.
energy.
Yeah, she
Anyway.
describes the ship for him, so he knows where to go.
What time we shipping out, Captain?
That I'm not sure. This was gonna be a quick thing, but I hear the spider is here, and I might have some business.
You two talking or not? Last I heard, things get a little spicy between you two.
We're not necessarily talking. Not that kind of business.
What kind
A
of
little
business?
one-sided.
What kind of
You know.
business? I'm not going to ask questions. No need to talk about the spittoon talk. I don't know what that means, but we're going to just move on. Buckles is here.
Yep. I'm gonna assume you're staying here as well.
Yeah. I was just kind of enjoying the weather the last couple days. I mean, we got dropped off. I finished the job, and I was going to stay here. You know, get a little conch fritters. There we go. Nailed it. Third time the charm. And you know, just kind of seeing wherever the next job may take me. And then here you are, Miss Moon. God damn, I love it. I'm excited.
It's meant to be then. I do have some of my crew heading back to the ship after they have dinner and all of that. If you haven't already paid for your room here, you can go ahead and head to the ship, get familiar with it, and get settled in with the rest of the crew.
You still working with what's their name? Sushi, Sasha, Sonchi?
Soshi?
Yeah, Soshi.
They're at the ship. Yeah.
Yeah. Then.
Gail. You remember Gail.
Yeah, I remember Gail. Fuck it, all right.
Get you all settled in.
I'm excited. I'm ready. I'm fucking ready.
Alrighty. Then I'll see you at the ship.
All right, Captain.
She gives him a nod and sort of like pats his shoulder before walking back to the table. The rest of them.
Okay.
You did that to yourself.
Yeah,
man.
I know.
You gotta commit every time
Yep.
you talk to Buckles. That
Yep.
is, yep.
I'm excited for it. I get to be unhinged at least once an episode now.
Buckles is just Joe's self-insert character.
Yes, that is me.
Oh gosh.
While they're having that conversation, I'm gonna check in with Finnick. I know I'm a little on edge, but how you doing? You're not usually one for crowds, so
I mean, it's quite overwhelming, but I know I'll manage. What about you? I know
So
you
far,
said
so
you're on
good.
edge, but
yeah, there's more hair folks here than I'm used to. I counted at least 3.
I get that. I mean, given what you've gone through,
Yeah, we all got family problems, right?
putting it lightly. But I'm surprised I wasn't more on edge when I saw Vula over in the Black Square.
What? When? Where? What?
When we were rescuing the prisoners.
You saw Vula? Like from back in Whiterun? Vula? Like the
Yeah,
is it Goliath woman that you came into Marie Lynn's with?
literally back. I haven't seen her since we first met.
Wild.
I'm sorry, did you say Goliath?
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Wearing iron plating?
Was
I
she
didn't see
wearing-
many Goliaths. Just curious.
Apparently she was one of the gods of the prisoners we broke out.
I mean, I know, like, when I was with her, we were pretty much.
Was that? Sorry,
What?
continue. Nope. You shall continue your sentence. I was rude to cut you off.
Yeah, no, you all ran with was you, Whisper, Vula, a hobgoblin of some kind, right?
Yeah. Goal.
Goal, that's the one.
And then there was also Bick. But Bick wasn't much. One much for talking. But kind of sad I didn't get to say hi.
Was that a
Granted, I
personal
don't know.
connection?
We just ran a few jobs together, as I was desperate for cash and taking almost any job I could get.
Were they in the same position as you, taking any job they could get?
From what I remember, yeah.
Well, I think they have a new job now. Anchor.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Oh, just when we were leaving, post haste upon this ship. Sorry, I only saw one. I've seen lots of things. I only saw one Goliath upon that island. They are currently, unless they know how to swim in plate armor. Which they might. Some people are strong enough. Goliaths certainly are. They tend to be able to carry twice their capacity.
You saw Vula, fall? Jump?
No. If this is the same, it could be a 100% different individual. I do not know. I don't really have the connection. But at the moment, they were a god helping the others or alerting the others. They seem to be of leadership status. And from my understanding, we all, or you, the pirates, do not like those who work in that space, correct?
Sure.
From my understanding, yeah.
Great. So I introduced that god to the bottom of the ocean. Post-haste.
You teleported Vula to the bottom of the ocean.
Probably, yes. Right, again, might be able to swim. Such as lethic folk in this world. Not me, I am not. He, does the fake, tries to do it, and it's almost like concaves. That's how weak he is. So.
Oh. Okay.
As we are now new friends, I felt the need to inform you. If they are indeed one and the same, they might not be, but if they are, you probably will never see them again. Ooh. Yeah. Wonderful tea.
For your... Thank you for your transparency.
Of course. Why would I be anything but?
Well, you've got a lot of secrets.
I do. Yes, that is true.
But, yeah, that's... Wow. Okay.
I could technically do the same to one of you, but I would not drop you in the bottom of the ocean. I have that capacity in my abilities as a weaver of the weave.
How far?
Far enough. He looks. How big is this tavern, this place?
Probably 250 to 300 feet across.
Great. Easily. He looks at a point, maybe a person sitting literally 90 feet away. You know, about where that one is. Perhaps longer.
Mm-hmm.
Funnily enough, with this subclass, it could be longer if I wanted it to be. Just later on.
I'm sure she knows how to swim. I'm sure.
Let's hope so.
Yeah. I mean, we weren't super close, but still,
I understand the concept of having friends or individuals that you form a connection to, even if for but a fortnight or such. So, feelings can be fresh, I guess.
in the event I ever need to run really far, really quickly, I know Finnick has previously used haste on me.
Haste. Oh, yes, the temporal acceleration. Yes, that. Sure.
Yeah, the speed 'em up high five.
5 should not be high.
I'm faster now than I was then.
Sure.
And I can, if we do haste, and you teleport me in the same instant. What is that? 90 feet? 100 maybe? I can run about 150 feet in a turn, hasted. Searching my actions. I could.
You could be a blur, a flash, even.
The red blue blur.
I'm green.
Is this something you would like? You want to be a fast individual running multitudes in a minuscule amount of time. Is that your intention? Sure, I can help with that in some way, shape, or form.
Too often I found myself not fast enough. A lot of the work I've done on myself has been to improve physically, because magic is something I struggle to grasp. Right, what I can do magically is only because of the sword. And beyond that, it's just my physical capabilities and the new runic stuff I've learned.
Huh.
I'll flash my bracelets of cloud and fire runes.
Oh, look at that. You've applied what you have learned.
Yeah, I figured out another one. The two that Raynor uses. I can do them now too.
Apologies, I do not remember if you have told me this name or not.
Oh, remember I mentioned my douche canoe husband? My douche canoe cousin?
Douche canoe is quite a colorful term, one I do not know the meaning of, and I shall not ask because I have a gut feeling it is not a good descriptor.
It's not a pleasant person.
I see.
But I may have mentioned my cousin before. Sema Yor. She's the one who holds the blade of stone.
Sure.
We fought her and her husband, Raynor. He holds the blade of fire.
So many blades, so little time.
There are 6.
So, you know, the location of 3, including the one that you share with. It looks over to Morgan as they talk with Buckles.
One of our the companion of ours that was taken here by the 2 of them held 2 more. Life and death.
Intriguing.
There's
And
one
the-
more blade of air somewhere in the desert last we checked.
Is the plan to rally all of these sword-like troops?
The major
In a
plan
way.
is to stop 2 with the fire and stone. How we go about that has changed from time to time, but getting the blades before they do seems to be ideal.
What was Phoenix saying?
Oh, I responded in a way.
Speaking of goals and intentions. Sorry, was there more questions?
No. I'm just understanding your connection point, your movement, I guess.
When we found you, you were floating and starving and said you needed to come here. You couldn't tell us why. You said you had some sort of information gathering to do? Studies?
You can say that I am also an archivist of some sort.
Archivist. Okay.
Gathering information and things absolutely is under my domain, if you will.
Sure. Yeah. See, the funny thing about that is, since we got here, I haven't seen you do anything of that nature. You've just kind of stuck with us, and please don't mistake that as displeasure. Your company has been invaluable, and I do enjoy our conversations. I don't know what it is you want to do here, so I don't know how I can help facilitate that.
The world can be quite deceiving. Not saying that I am, but you would be surprised what one is actually looking for. It might not be as clear. And I have found and learned so much since I've been with this group. I'm learning more actively being a part of a legion than I ever could have alone. So in a way, absolutely, you are helping me with my goal.
Okay. If there is a more direct way I can do that, or we, and I'll gesture to Finnick, can do that.
When you gesture to Finnick, he looks over at the same time. But the look of, I dare not say desire, because that sounds intimate. But the look of that want is apparent when he looks at Finnick, but not at you.
Rude.
Sorry. He just says, in my line of work, you find what you need when you're not fully looking, not with the intent that you need, typically. And I am not attempting to just, what do the young ones say, beat around the bush with you. But I do believe that if I were to fully speak with intent about my desires, you may not be able to comprehend it fully. I'm not calling you less than intelligent. Just a truth of this world. And I really enjoy this group. Don't want those things to change. Not yet.
Giving me a lot to think about.
He kind of like leans back, his tea and a mage hand in front of him. And I mean, there's nothing needed to try to figure it out. He's absolutely just not saying everything as fully as he could be. But also in that same breath, very forthcoming because he didn't even have to say that. So there's definitely layers. But he's just watching you two. Gormrug. what I have learned. I dare not say keep your friends close, keep your enemies closer. No, not at all. That's kind of has a very specific connotation, but I can't think of a better way to say. Sometimes when you travel with others, everyone benefits. And in this moment, there is much benefit for me to be with you than to not. What I gain, what I know, what I learn is astronomical. I don't want you to think that you are just a side piece of my intentions. But I would be lying to you if I said, yes, there aren't things I am looking for.
Well, if there are things that come up directly in front of us, things you inadvertently find, as you put it, that you have interest in, let it be known. We'll see what we can do. Or we'll fight you. I mean, that seems to be the way things are going. Either we will or we won't.
You know, that is quite a fair statement. I'm not an easy fight, though.
I am aware. I've lost a lot of fights in my life.
As have I.
I could see myself losing to you, too. And I mean that with the most respect.
Do not fret, young Gomrog, and you, Lady Fennec. I may have my ways, but I am sure I could meet the end via your blade or your fist at some point as well. Well, it will be a lot harder to finish the job.
Well, let's just
Diplo,
hope it never
probably.
has to come to that.
Let's hope.
How old are you?
Time. I'm pretty old.
Every elf we meet says the same thing.
To more than an elf nowadays.
Again, answering, but not at the same time. You have a real gift for that.
Gormrock, I'm dead. Or was.
Yeah, you covered that. Haven't figured out how or in what way, but there's a whole lot there that...
Miracles happen. Funnily enough, it happened as I was looking for information that I do remember. Not beating around the bush, as we say. Quite literally, looking for information. And, have you ever felt what it's like for dozens of stone and brick or whatever it was made of falling upon you, crushing you? It is not a good feeling. I should know.
Imagine that's something like what happened with Valeria.
Who?
Oh, shit.
The one who crushed me for my second death.
Ah. Ugh.
Yeah.
Well, glad
Anyway,
you had a cleric to help you back.
You'll see, like Morgan walking towards you with like plate in her hands. Looks to be like desserts. She gets to the table. Hey, there's still so much food. Y'all have barely even touched it, and here I am, coming with dessert.
I'm gonna immediately jump up and start helping you with the plates, because it looks like you've got too many.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's a miracle she didn't drop them. Oh, thank you. There you go. Here you go. I guess the order doesn't really matter. Just grab whatever looks right, you know. Ranek, please, at least a taste of each, and then you tell me which one your favorite was. Yeah.
Fine.
A
Sure.
taste is all I ask.
Consider this another thought experiment.
There you
Um,
go. An experiment. I like that. Yes?
Is that flan?
Absolutely. Me the player, I love flan. I make a bomb ass one too.
Give me a minute. Gormrock's gonna take some of the flan and just kind of stare at it.
Oh no. Is it a sad dessert?
Sad
All
dessert.
around me are familiar faces.
Yeah, pretty much.
You know, I'm gonna look at Finnick. Whisper kept asking me for this.
Hmm.
She says it's one of the Blade's favorites.
Should ask the water blade. Maybe see if they have a favorite.
Typhoon hates flan, just as a so
What
Morgan,
do you mean?
you know Morgan because they can speak to you. Hates flan.
Yeah. But I
I'm
asked them,
gonna-
now it's like, do you have a favorite?
Cherry pie.
Oh, well, they don't have any of that here, but
No,
There's no
Alright,
cherries
that's another
available.
mission.
no,
Yeah, that's another mission. We'll find
not.
you some cherry
Do
pie.
cherries even grow anywhere near the sea?
No.
No, I didn't
but
think so.
merchant ships
They're
and
they
stuff. Eventually,
clearly are fucking with
we'll
you.
find some. Oh,
Um,
really? He doesn't even. Nope.
so Gormrock is gonna eat the flan and just be like, when we find her, we'll come back.
Mm-hmm.
Gregor is posted up relatively close to you, correct?
Yeah, probably like not even 5 feet away. As far as like lengthwise, but it's like above
Mhm.
somewhere.
Mhm.
Just kind of perched. I mean, it's a pirate town, so there's probably some parrots and other bird-like things.
Yeah.
things that might be in there. So yeah, he's just posted.
Mhm. But he's kind of like eyeing your party, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. You with a passive perception of 22 would notice that even higher. Everyone has super high passive perceptions.
Sorry.
Not
It's
me.
high. Oh, it's high.
Not me. I
You
don't see shit.
These two would notice
Yeah, I think it's supposed to.
a small red demonic-like creature approaching Gregor. Probably about this big, just
Mhm.
slowly crawling along one of the wood beams towards Gregor. This scorpion-like tail arched over its head, getting ready to strike.
Gregor. Here's the thing about Gregor. Gregor looks like, for all intents and purposes, an owl.
Yeah.
Because they are, but there is a deep, unsettling gaze that's past just being creepy owl that comes from Gregor, and they just like turn their head fully and just stare. They're not. I mean, they'll alert me, but they're not going to like do anything.
As Gregor's head just 360s or 180s around, he just looks towards this imp, and the imp freezes for a second.
Like Hypnotoad from Futurama, just
Oh no.
The imp just freezes for a second before kind of like hissing at Gregor.
For a moment, you're going to see Ryanak like freeze and literally say, "One moment." I'm going to gaze through Gregor's gaze, just to get a closer look specifically at the imp. Is it just like a random imp that's happened to be here and wants to be a little shit, or is there something more? Does it have? I mean, I don't know if it has like someone who summoned it or whatever, but like, does it seem like these are orders, or these are I just see a bird and I want to kill?
Looking at the imp through the eyes, it is not like a naked demonic imp. It doesn't look like it's just randomly wandering around. There is a bit of symbology on it. You notice a web traced along one of its arms. You see a familiar 8-pointed spider-like symbol on its arm. And
Okay.
you imagine that this is some sort of it has pledged some sort of fealty to Lolth in some way.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Now the question is, sorry, with these new variables understood, is it still I'm coming here to attack you, or is it I'm coming here to test you? Like, what is that intention? Does it seem antagonistic, truly, or does it seem playful?
Your insight's high enough. It's antagonistic. You get the sense that it was going to attack Gregor if Gregor didn't notice it.
Gotcha. I think Gregor then, like almost like in the way that Rhynak typically is standing upright and he hunches when things go into a different mode. Gregor is like this kind of like this bird, but it like fully stands tall in a tribey bitch type of energy. But Rhynak will switch back and be back in his own thing. But he will note that now, looking around with more intent to see if he spots any other symbols or things of that nature, someone who might be connected.
It's at this point, Morgan, having kind of returned to the table, as everyone, I mean, Omega, Rhynak, as your attention has been brought up there, I'm assuming Morgan noticing it as well. Finnick and Gormrog, maybe not as much unless someone specifically draws your attention there.
No. I've got her fingers interlaced with mine, and I'm just looking at her hand and looking at her.
So, Morgan, you feel hands wrap around your shoulder. These long fingers kind of grip against your arm as an illusion fades away, as the light shimmers, and you see those darkish purple fingers leading up this thin, elegant arm to a drow woman. Her hair cut short on one side, buzzed almost to the skin on one side, this bit of hair pulling down on her right hand side, covering around her right eye a bit. Her left eye covered with this patch, as you see this long scar down the left side of her face, cutting deep into her lip and revealing a little bit of teeth in that cut. The armor you see has these intricate spider patterns etched across. You know instantly who this is, as her silken voice whispers into your ear. Morgan, I didn't expect to see you here so soon.
Nalustra. Hey! I managed to get a new ship quicker than anticipated. I
What a
wish I could say
shame.
it's a pleasure, but it's not.
No, never is. And that is where we're going to take our first break. As Matron Nalustra Valen has introduced herself. Okay. We'll be back in a couple minutes, everyone. Do your bio breaks, get your drinks. We love you, geeks. We'll see you in a few minutes. Welcome back, Geeks. Okay. So, picking up where we left off, as Morgan, this drow woman, appears at your side, her fingers slowly wrapping around your shoulder, her mouth coming down to just a few inches from your ear. Morgan, it's been too long, dear.
Honestly, I don't think it's been long enough.
Oh, you make me so sad.
I don't think so. I
Mm.
know other people like it, but I really can't stand you just breathing on my neck. Kind of weird.
Just intentionally lets out this hot air against your ear. It's just, oh, it's annoying. And it triggers you in this bad way. I see you've brought some new friends. What happened to your poor friends Gail and Soshi? Is Soshi okay?
They're all doing great.
Oh. I mean, yay.
Right. I would ask you what business you have here, but honestly, I don't care. We
Oh.
are in the middle of a meal, so if you don't need anything,
It does look delicious. She kind of reaches
Yeah.
a hand in and picks up just a fritter. Just eats it. It is good. They have the best food here. She kind of looks towards you, Finnick and Gormrug. Just absolutely just divine, some might say.
Sorry, you are?
Sorry, you are.
That's
a couple.
I love it how they said it in tandem. Oh, you can call me. Most people call me, and she kind of pats on Morgan's shoulder. Matron Nanistra Valen, but you two, you just call me. Now, more than fine with that.
That's an overstatement. Most people just call her the spider, but she doesn't like that very much.
I mean, it's not my title to take.
So, did you need something, or?
Oh, I wanted to meet all of your new friends. They all seem so lovely. You see her eyes kind of
Yeah,
scan
they are
across the 3 party members of yours.
Yeah, there they are. If that's all you came to do.
She kind of steps back, goes over to another chair, just rips it out from underneath someone, and brings it over, plopping it down next to you, Morgan. Just
Great.
way too close to be comfortable, and kind of puts her arm out on the just elbowing right into your elbow, just enough to touch you, but not push you. So you have to move if you don't want to touch her.
I'm
Don't
gonna
be
assume
silly.
there is something else.
Oh, of course. There's always something. Don't be
I know.
silly, Morgan. Maury,
There's something with you. No,
Mm,
Captain Stormblessed
no.
to you.
We've gone back farther than that. It's Maury now. So, now that you're working with little Maury here, tell me about you people. Who are you? As I've said, you can call me Nally. And she kind of reaches a hand and just flicks her nails out towards you, Gormrog. What's your name, be? You look absolutely intriguing, and I'm so interested to find out.
Gonna lean towards Finnick and say, she kind of reminds me of Wendy.
Oh God, you're right.
This is a really weird way to gather intel.
Oh, it's gathering intel. I'm just here to meet your friends.
My name is Gormrug.
It's spelled the same
forwards
forward and
backwards.
backwards. Oh my god, I love that.
Yeah.
I love the fingers you have too. Diplo and Macy. It's almost like when you put them together, you can talk with diplomacy.
All right, you're gonna need to tell me how you did that one.
It's on your fingers, dear. I see them. They look fabulous. I love the ink work. She kind of brushes a little bit of the silvery hair to the side, and you see her eye is it's a normal eye, but around it is this spider web-like pattern around her eye.
Hmm.
Her actual eye or like tattoo?
Her actual eye.
Nice.
And you, what is your name, dear? You look fabulous. You look like you radiate energy. What's your name? She kind of looks towards you, Finnick.
You can call me Finnick.
Oh, that's a good name. I love that. Strong name for a strong woman.
Thank you.
Has Maury been treating you well? I'm sure she's not paying you enough.
Morrigan has been treating us fantastic.
Well, that'd be a first for some of her crew. Oh, how many people have you lost now? It's not important. So, tell me, what is your deal, darling? You radiate this strength and power. Where are you from? I love it. It's fabulous.
I mean, born in Vasselheim, if that gives it away.
Oh, okay. I love it. What, is that why you feel like you just glow with divine energy?
Something like that.
You're dangerous to me, dear. I have to watch out for you.
Mm-hmm.
Don't smite me.
Don't tempt me.
I mean, the night is young. Look at you. What is your name, dear?
Rhina almost gobsmacked just the way that they're speaking. Or is that Omega? That's probably me. Rhina just watches, looking at Morgan before he replies. How does Morgan look?
Morgan has decided, hey, if I can't shoo her away, maybe she'll go if I ignore her. She's eating.
Okay. I am fine, dear. How are you?
Oh, I'm good. I just look at you and I feel like you're trouble. I don't know if
I am.
I don't know if you are trouble, you're in trouble. There's just trouble around you. It's almost there's this energy from you, very much not pleasant, like you are running on limited time, dear. And you look like you are fucked up and need to correct yourself.
Such bold words coming from an individual such as yourself.
Oh, that's a lot of bold things I'll do.
I'm sure there are. But remember, spider webs do eventually fade.
Yeah, and secrets always get told eventually.
Perhaps it's the web that binds those secrets together.
So you do not well to not traverse it, wouldn't you?
Perhaps there is. He just leans back, looking back at Gormrock, Finnick, even Morgan. I can see why they call you and those like you pirates, I'll say. Quite blunt.
Oh, I wouldn't call
Forthcoming.
myself a pirate. I called myself an adventurer on the seas.
Morgan rolls her eyes. Doesn't even hide it.
What is the M doing?
It is looking at your owl, ready to strike, but knowing that this owl is just watching him, he's
Just stalemate.
yes, just ready to go, just like in
Mhm.
case there's any blink, but there's never going to be one, so he's just locked there.
Just to
Oh.
be subtly antagonistic, I'm gonna just toy with the symbol of cord around my neck,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm just gonna just let it sit outside of my shirt. Just play with it. Not really like say anything. Just
Well,
fidget.
seeing you do this, she's going to go look towards you again, Gormrug. Ooh, that's a beautiful symbol, dear. She kind of stands up and walks behind you, and just kind of slides a hand down your shoulder onto your chest to cup against the symbol and hold it. This is quite interesting. Where did you get this, dear?
This was given to me by the Temple of Cord in Vasselheim.
Oh, that's cute.
Mhm.
Ooh, and she looks towards you, Finnick. You just have so much going on. The chain, the armor, just the energy you give off. Kind of slinks over towards you and rubs a hand down your arm towards the chains that wrap around your wrist. This
Is that
is
supposed to be a
important.
compliment?
No, it's very. I don't know if I've ever seen anything like this. Where did you get this from?
You haven't.
And I thank you. Thank you for clearing that up for us, Gormrug. Astute. You
I
see
just sort of
her eyes flash towards you, Rhynak, as she speaks to Finnick.
Really quickly, how long is it the first time that cord necklace has ever been pulled out with
Uh-huh.
Rhynak around?
Yeah.
You see a slight look of disgust. I don't think he hides that. It's just like, but looks back to you, the spider lady. You know, I believe they nowadays, as they always have, should probably ask before you get so intimate with someone.
She kind of leans her head
And-
down next towards you, next towards your ear, Finnick. Is this okay if I come this close to you?
I'd prefer you take a few steps back as I rip my
She's-
arm away from her.
She steps back and just kind of begins to walk back towards her seat, just tracing a line across Gormrog's back before sitting down next to Morrigan again.
You know, spiders have a way of unsettling most people.
Also pretty good at tying things up.
You see Rhynak push his chair out slightly, and he will stand. He'll look to Morgan and the group, and he's going to say, I think I'm just going to get a little bit of air. As you can see, not hungry. I'll be outside once you all are done. And he's going to nod to everyone, and he's going to turn and walk outside. Gregor is going to stare at the imp, like hop off the little banister, and as we know, owls are very good at flying. Just kind of hovers for a second before flying away.
Morrigan, you'll notice that the imp does follow Rhynak out. Well, Maury,
What?
what's why are you here? Besides inducting your new friends.
I don't think that's any of your business, really.
That's
You know how
unfortunate.
we pirates are, very secretive and all of that.
I don't think I've ever kept a
You
secret from you.
understand. You also said
Well-
you don't consider yourself a pirate.
That's true. That's true.
To that point, you seem to infer so much about us. Tell me something about you.
My name is Matron Nalistra Valen.
Mhm.
I am the captain of a ship that is docked here. And I find you all to be some of the most beautiful people I've ever seen. And frankly, not you, Maury, of course, but the rest of them. And I would just love to give you a better opportunity than something you may find on Captain Stormblade's ship.
That's why you're here? That makes a lot of sense. That is very like you. I don't know why I expected anything else.
Mhm.
You see, and she turns to Nick and Gorog, she is going to make you some offers so that you will be a part of her crew instead of mine.
The pay is better, the food is better, because obviously Maury can't cook. I will personally take care of you as part of my crew. And, of course, there's plenty of other benefits that go around.
I just,
Well,
I sort of turn to look at Gormrog,
And
look
What?
back
Morgan
at
just
Melistra.
smiles. Yeah, she smiles and looks at like the table, back to the food in front of her, because now knowing sort of why she's here, and like knowing like, oh, it's just this and this isn't gonna go anywhere, she's like a lot less on edge. She's like, oh, this is stupid, this is gonna be fine.
What a generous offer. Is there a way I can contact you at a later time should we
Omrog,
consider this?
you can just come back to my ship whenever you want. My door will always be open for you, Gormrog, and you, Finnick, if you should ever desire that. That being said,
Hydrate.
hydrate us. We can all make sure we hydrate. And poop. But I'm going to let you all be for the evening. I think you've got enough to worry about with remembering that last one of Morgan's ships sunk violently into the sea. And I'd hate for you all to belie a similar fate.
Oh, you're just mad I didn't think well.
She stands up, kind of leans down towards your ear again, and just flicks the tip of your ear. I'll see you soon, Maury. And turns and just walks away.
You know, I never could stand her.
Can't imagine why.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. She leans in almost like conspiracy style. This isn't part of deal we made or anything. It's personal personal pirate business, I suppose. I was gonna do it on my own, but now that you have all met her, I putting it on the table. But she seems to have a map of some sort to a treasure on the northern side of these islands, which is actually the way we're heading anyways. I really, Bubba. He did the cat shove things off the table thing. And I was going to just sneak and take it during the night. You're all welcome to do whatever you want with that information. I'm letting you know. You know, again, not part of the deal, not part of the Pirate King thing. So don't feel like you have to do anything. You could spend the night gambling. For all it matters, I just want you to know that. And I was even considering not doing it. Now I'm barely gonna do it.
Mm.
Yeah. Need to do a little bit of scouting. That's probably where I'm going to be tonight.
Unfortunately, I am not the person to look towards for any stealth ops you may have.
We may be able to make a distraction, though.
Maybe she did
Well-
seem to take a liking to the both of you. I mean, I can see why. Very good.
Oh. Thank you.
Thank you.
Maybe.
Me and my wife thought you had a great energy or great vibe. We just
Kind of the opposite of just, hey, you and your partner looking for a third.
My God. Okay, so as a pirate, right?
Hmm.
And Miss Spider being another pirate, even if she says that she's not. The map. Would it be safe to assume that it'd be either in her navigation room or captain's quarters on the ship?
more than that's where typically you would find something like that,
Right.
or on her person.
It's like, right. So that's the thing. Like, would I know which one is more likely? I think.
No, you wouldn't. Not you wouldn't know. Any one of those is a viable location for it. Go ahead, Finnick.
I mean, just a thought instead of maybe taking it for yourself. I mean, you could, because I know that's what you. It's not yours unless you take it, right? At least in your mind.
I'm not gonna ask for it.
I was gonna. You could gamble for it.
That is an option. I don't trust her not to cheat, though. I know I would. And she'd do the same. So it's a little riskier gambling with pirates than it is with you normal folk.
As this conversation is happening, I need the three of you to deafen yourselves.
Wait, the three of. Oh, okay.
Morgan, Gormrog, and Finnick, if you would be so kind
Hate
as
it when
to
you do
deafen
this.
yourselves.
I'm just gonna take them. I don't want to press buttons accidentally.
Boink.
Can anyone hear me? Okay. Rhynek, as you exit out from the inn, after a few minutes, you notice that imp following you. And as you kind of move off into a little bit more of an open air space of the island, you hear that footsteps behind you. Rhynek, was it? I believe we have something to talk about.
He is going to have his book out, as he's been seen to do, finding places to like just jot down information, notes, etc. But he just has it out right now, not really opened it or any of the sort. And once he sees or feels in that periphery that she has stepped up, He's not going to say anything. He's just going to move to a more secluded area. Naturally, but also naturally stealthy. Just trying to get moving off to a place that isn't much traveled. I guess a place where he can still sit and do his notes, but just away from people.
Yes. Easy enough. You are able to kind of step off into the shadows a bit. And... Rhynek was your name, I believe. Are you fucking around, or are you actually doing your job?
He opens his book and begins to write with his quill. The art of taking your time is lost upon some.
I understand setting a trap for people, but it's right there. I touched it. How have you not brought it out yet?
Why do it now?
Why not? What are you waiting for, Rhynek?
Perhaps the delving of the secret is enjoyable to me. You spiders are so impatient.
And all you've done is wait for hundreds of years. Your god just came there. We've been around for an eternity. So explain to me what we're the ones waiting for. You were told to retrieve it. Were you not? Is that not the pact made? The reason you were chosen and not I?
Are you jealous?
I'm jealous of nothing, dear. But...
Oh no, you can't keep a secret away from one who knows secrets. Do not think for a moment that I do not know my job. Do not think for a moment that I am not prepared to do what must be done. But I thought you liked a game. I am amused. And there is no timeline coming too soon that an extra day or two is so controversial. I will do my job. But first, there's a weapon we have to put back together. He goes back to writing.
The closer those weapons come to being put together, the closer Moloch comes to achieving his goals. You know this. He knows this. And the Queen does not like to wait. There's a difference between setting a trap and allowing your prey to escape the web.
Sometimes the best things come to those who wait. Ask my lord. He knows intimately. Do not fret. While your web can't take the chains, I can, and I will. Unless you want to help me. Or is that little pirate your quarry now?
I'll deal with little Maury in my own way.
Only someone who's afraid of losing boasts to that much.
That blade, if we were to acquire it, would permanently stop Moloch from using it. So, if I must snare little more in my own web, then I will. That is not your concern. Left eye. She holds up her hand to her patch.
Just leans back. We have a job to do. And we will. But don't get in my way.
She goes to kind of step closer to you and step behind and brings a hand up to your shoulder and just kind of traces it along to the other side before she brings her face close to your ear. They're all growing tired. Just because I'm the one here, just remember the others are watching too.
That's probably when she gets the hint of understanding the weight that is on his shoulder. As I said, don't fret. He will move, close his book, very much like Zero typically closes his book. And then it floats down to his side, back into his pouch. Now, we were arguing. You hate my guts, I hate yours. I'm going back inside before they get afraid that I'm going to, I don't know, stab another god they have a familial connection to.
Kind of, because you're sitting, correct?
He just stood up.
Okay. As you stand up, she kind of grabs your chin a little bit, lifting it up, just spits on the side of your face. Don't make me wait too long.
Base.
And she walks off into the darkness.
You're not the only one here who knows how to sting. Gregor's absolutely going to shred that imp to pieces.
I'm not even gonna make you roll for it. Just easy. Just mauls the poor imp.
Got flyby, just shink, 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 constantly. And he's going to crack his neck, get back into that full right position that he knows, and we'll walk back inside.
It just gives you a little, in the darkness, wave from behind.
Mm-hmm. Knowing he can see it perfectly.
Yep. Okay. Everyone back? You good? Okay. Okay. As you guys are having this conversation, you see Ronak eventually make his way back in through the door.
Oh, good. You haven't killed each other.
Not yet. We were talking about another adventure.
Oh, one more. Lovely.
You know the unsettling bitch that just left?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, plans to take something from her. Interested?
Is that so? What do you want to take?
She has a little map of some. There's a ship that sunk a little bit north of the island a little while ago, and it said that it was carrying a sizable amount of stuff. She's got a map to its location and was planning on doing a little treasure hunt. And I just really don't like her. Yeah, besides the obvious, being a pirate thing, it's just a lot more satisfying. Not it's her, but like I was telling them, this is not part of the deal that we made to do the Pirate King
I'm in.
stuff. So, you can see she was genuinely expecting you to say no, because the only reason you've been doing things, it's because of the deal, and as long as you feel like you have to. And she's so surprised. like she had reasoning for it and everything. Like she was gonna keep going, and now she's just like doesn't know what to say.
And there is a little bit of, I dare not say, a cheery disposition at the thought of this. You see him. Oh, that's like a perking up. And he. Oh,
Okay.
I saw how she was talking to you, and I don't think that is quite respectful. So I will gladly join this endeavor. Besides, I get to flex a side of me I don't get to use as much.
I saw some of the stuff you did when we stole the ship, and I'm not gonna lie, a little curious to see what else you can do.
Back in my day, I was probably as fast as Gormrug.
I'm not even gonna ask how long ago that was.
Quite some time.
I figured.
That's just me. It's
All
interesting.
right.
But you
Yeah,
know what they
I mean,
say,
I
black don't
was-
crack, but he's not.
Oh. Gray don't fray.
Great afraid.
Yeah, I was not gonna lie, sort of expecting to do that. I was gonna end up doing this on my own, but this is good. This is great. All right, we need plan. There's only 3 places I can think she'd keep something like that. That's in her navigation room, depending on how much she'd trust crew, which probably honestly not much. Her own personal quarters, which is the most likely place, or on her person.
Well, we find out if it's in these quarters or this navigational area, and if it's not, we eviscerate her. Or, sorry, take her, the belongings, the map. Or eviscerate.
I mean, I don't-
I'm gonna look
Yeah,
at
I mean, she's,
Rhynak and
like-
just say,
Awful, but I didn't think about. I don't really have a reason. Kill
Oh.
her.
My apologies. I thought that's how you pirates do. You want something, you kill someone.
Well, we want something, we take the something.
And sometimes
don't
what you
go
take
around
is
killing
alive.
On.
Oh.
Yeah, if the life is what we want.
I
Sometimes that's
sorry.
what we want.
I misunderstood. The feelings I was gathering in this conversation is not just
Right.
feelings of avoidance, but probably feelings of decapitation and other very intricate means of destruction. But maybe I
I
read too
thought-
far.
It'd be really fun to like her realizing that the map isn't there, and then I wish I could see her face because she's gonna know it was me. Satisfaction. She can't do that if she's dead.
No, you're all correct. I will defer to your level.
I don't know. I don't remember you being this bloodthirsty, but then again, I've only known you for a couple days.
I will not say
Literally.
I'm bloodthirsty. I do not care if she falls. I thought I was feeling it as you were.
Oh,
I was
okay.
wrong.
Cool. Yeah.
out of curiosity, what is Rhynak's posture right now?
It has sunken
Uh-huh.
slightly in this
Yeah.
conversation.
Okay.
And he's talking like slightly faster.
Uh-huh. Notice that.
Okay.
That was it.
But
So I heard she's staying here. But her ship won't be without people the same way I like to leave some of the crew there to watch. She'd do the same. So we'd have to be a little quiet, check both rooms, and hopefully it doesn't come to taking it off the person.
Stupid question. Rhynak, you're here than there. Magics. People only or objects too?
let me things I feel like I should know on the top of my head. He pulls out his book, just looks at his own
Grimoire.
scribblings. You do see, I guess for a moment, because he's not on You can tell that he separates his book into different parts. So he turns to the middle, which is where all the spells are. And you see he was looking at the runes and the sigils that he's written. Typically, a creature. Though there are ways to also, I guess, not teleport. I can't grab. You see, he grabs a mug from the other side with his mage hand and brings it over. But not necessarily a instantaneous transportation.
Do you have an
At least
idea?
it's not my forte.
Several, but depends on scenarios. That's kind of the thing. I don't know the layout of the ship. I don't know where she will be or when. I don't know if she has means of contacting immediately her crew, if she is here and they are there. I don't know how long it'll take her to get from here to there. There are a lot of missing variables that I don't have in my head, so coming up with a plan for this is a little haphazard.
Yeah, pirate things usually are. They also usually work out.
Well, Gormog, she did say we have an open invitation onto her ship at any time. So if she does happen to be there when we arrive, we could always work out the means of a deal or a contract while the other two sneak off.
More deals with pirates. No offense, Morgan.
None taken.
Uh,
This wouldn't be a real one, though. So there's that. We could. Your bird friend, if she is staying here for the night, are you able to communicate to them? Or them to you? You're familiar, Rhynak.
Sorry, my bird friend. Yes, I am. Gregor. Sorry. Whoa. My brain, Omega's brain just like shut down for a second. I apologize. I was like looking for something and I was like, anywho, for some reason I was like, do we have an Aarakocra in our party? Wait, hold on. And then I realized. This entire, I'm like, oh, he's talking about a person, not Gregor.
Working for his wings. So.
ooh, Aarakocra.
Me!
Ah.
Gregor, I always use them in my scouting. They can be of assistance, of course.
Well, if she is staying here, they'd be able to let us know if she leaves the premises or starts toward the ship, which should give us a heads up before she arrives.
Of course. She won't be distracted anymore, at least. She can focus. I think whatever color blood imps have, it's probably like dotting the edges of her talons and like some of her legs, a little bit of the feathers at the bottom of her.
It's not so much blood, but ash.
Ash, yeah. But yes, of course, wherever you need them.
All right, well, that, answers some of your worries, Gormrock.
Can you get Redmina to tell you where she's staying?
Here. Oh, the room?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Might come in handy. Might not. I don't know. Thing about planning
So,
is information is key.
Once we know where she's staying, can probably call Soshi in and have them do a little scout of the ship. Fly over. They don't really like to pretend to be a rat and stuff like that. People kick them sometimes. But we could get a sense of how many are still on the ship and not sleeping over here in the inns. And most ships tend to have a relatively similar layout, at least on the big part, like where the navigation and the captain's quarters are usually on the back of the ship.
Mhm.
Usually in the same place, regardless of the ship size. Also, if the ship is big enough, there should be a small balcony like ours does. So we wouldn't have to be on the deck to go into the captain's quarters.
Provided there's a way in, like a door or a window.
Yeah.
You're pretty handy with thieves' tools, so if it's locked, I'm not too worried about it. Um,
I'm a pirate, after all. Getting my hands on things that don't belong to me is sort of what I do.
I know a little
this-
rabbit that would have loved you.
Huh?
Nothing. Just thinking about an old friend. There's a lot of reminiscing today. Not like me. We need to know where it is.
The ship? Oh, it was
The
one
map.
dock next to ours. The map. Yes.
The map. We need to know where it is. We need to know how many people are in between us and the map. And we need to figure out a path to the map. And then we need to figure out a way back.
Right. We can probably scamper off to our ship after the deed is done. Through the water. That's probably my easiest way to stay hidden. And our friend here doesn't need to breathe, so that's not going to be too hard. So we can make it out okay. Make our way to our ship right next. And then our whole crew between us and them, As for where, if it's in the captain's quarters, there's not going to be anybody in there. You don't... Captain, especially one like her, doesn't... they like their privacy. Don't give your keys to anyone. It's usually locked from both sides.
I'm not worried about a person. I'm worried about an
Magic?
imp.
That could be tricky. I heard some of them can go invisible too. They'd be able to.
Yeah.
What?
If she left
Sorry.
an imp or something like that to keep watch.
Oh. Probably won't have to deal with that today.
I mean, we don't know if she had more than one. And,
Or if somebody
sometimes-
else on our crew is able to do it too.
Right.
That is fair.
Does anybody have a means to see?
You see,
Invisible things?
anime style, Rhinox glasses do the shing.
I love it so much.
That is indeed a spell that I have.
Well, there you have it. See, Rhinak and I are quiet. We can traverse the water to the ship unseen. Rhinak can see if there is anything or anyone that doesn't want to be seen. I, do some lock magic. Then Rhinak's friend, bird friend, I keep forgetting bird friend's name.
Gregor.
Gregor.
Yeah.
I do apologize. Gregor will be posted here to let us know if she makes her way from the end to her ship. Gives us a heads up. If she is at the ship, that's when you lovely faces come in and do some, I don't know, like open your shirt a little thing.
Was that directed at her or me? I'm not really sure.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Both.
I don't know that I can open this anymore without ripping it, but
You were gonna say something, Finnick.
Oh, I was just asking what you wanted me to do if she wasn't there.
I think either way, our job is to keep her occupied.
Mm-hmm. Maybe
We can try our best to
hang
keep her
around.
occupied in the town. Like if we
That might be worth thought. Yeah. Like, not wait until she is either on the ship or making her way to the ship to
Mhm.
preemptive. I like that. I will leave that whole thing up to you, both of you.
You will see Rhynak, his quill appears in his hand, and he'll just start to write on the table. There's no ink involved. He starts to write on the table, and you see a magenta, deep muted magenta color of ink appear, and he can say, "Or burn the bridge. I mean, burn the boat?" Question mark. Thinking about
We did just
the web spinner.
we just picked up Buckles.
You hear Buckles laughing somewhere off in the distance.
The spirit of Buckles just washes over.
Oh wait, no, we're going to the boat. Not. Wait, are we going to the boat?
We're going
You
to the
too.
boat. We're gonna go inside the boat to check.
I don't know
them
why I
out.
thought she had like a place on the island. Duh, Omega, get it together.
Yeah. So you and me are gonna
Does
sneak
not say that.
onto the boat. Well,
Great.
them to lower their, show their clavicles at her. Yeah.
might be
Yeah.
easier to do without all this armor on anyways.
So she
Make sure you take away that armor class.
I know.
is going to scout ahead.
Yeah. I'll have them look to see how many of her crew stayed on the ship, just in case. But, if Rhynak and I do our job right, it shouldn't come to that. More peace of mind than anything.
Okay.
The crew and Buckles should probably head back.
They have. So after we finished our food, or they finished eating, their table was probably next to ours, and I had food brought out to them the same as us. And when they were done, they were told head to the ship afterwards.
Okay. Just as a quick note, just mark off like 5 gold for everything.
Yeah.
Morgan.
Was it
And-
7 for Buckles for the month?
Yeah. Just remember, you guys still haven't taken a long rest. So keep that into account for whatever spell slots you may have.
Yeah. Quick, in and out. 15-minute adventure.
100%.
Yeah, that's how this is gonna go down.
Mhm.
Absolutely. I tap into my mental link with Soshi, and I let them know if they could turn into a bird and fly over the ship.
You want me
Let
to
me know
turn
how
into a
many.
bird to scout off the spider ship? That's really what we're going with here, Morgan. Why are we
Yeah,
antagonizing
she-
the spider?
We're not. You see, that's the beautiful part about this. She's not gonna know we were there.
Right. So I'm just gonna let you look through my eyes as we do this, because this seems like the best idea you've ever had, and I want to make sure you can see it.
I have a lot of.
Yeah, great ideas. Yes, you are the queen of great ideas.
Thank you. Nobody recognizes my
Mhm.
genius.
Yes. We bask in your glory, Morgan. Turns into a hawk, or not a hawk, probably a small falcon. and launches off the ship and begins to make her trek towards the web spinner. Yeah. I think this is justifying a music change.
Yeah, I look to the group and let them know as well. Like, all right, just give me a quick second. I'll Soshi a nice.
Okay. So, as Soshi makes their way, I apologize, off in the dark, which I don't believe hawks have. It doesn't matter. She's got true vision. Makes.
What?
We've established that
word.
already. We've already established that, anyways. They make their way off, gliding down close to the water edge. They are projecting the vision directly into your mind, so you are seeing this all firsthand. Slowly, they kind of pull up towards the back of the ship as they pull around the dark red wood of the web spinner. They land on that kind of balcony at the back of the captain's quarters.
Nice.
You have Soshi's stats up?
Yes.
Okay, roll
Yes,
me
I
a
do.
perception check.
All right. Not bad. 19.
19.
Cool.
With that, I will say the back door is not open. The back door is not open. They will have to transform back, but that's not an issue for Soshi. If they wanted to pick that lock. But they are able to kind of peer in. There's enough room for them to peer in if that's something they would desire instead.
Yeah, I know the captain's quarters would probably have like a window out see, so if they can see anything inside. And then I wanted to try to get a count of people on the.
Sure. With your true sight, go ahead and roll me as they're kind of like peering in through the window area of that back door. There may be windows on the side. You haven't checked those. This is specifically just the back door area. Looking through that space, roll me another perception check. Just 'cause I want to see how well they do. I'm going to give you, like I said, advantage because they do have true sight.
Oh, advantage. Thank bejeebus, because that first roll was a 3. And then that's 18.
18.
I did that.
So they're looking in. And to start with, the room is pitch black, though they can see obviously in that darkness. And through that magical darkness, they can see it is magically darkened in this space. Looking in, there is a woman inside the room, laid out across the bed. Appears to be sleeping. Drow woman as well. You're not familiar with this person, so
Right.
who that might be, you're not sure. There is a desk, and with an 18, you can see there's a few papers kind of strewn about the desk. But what you do notice is the webs that are traced throughout the room, specifically crossing across windows to and around doors and spread throughout the space in various places.
That's so not fun. Hey, I know that you prefer aquatic animals and you don't like land animals and you only sort of tolerate birds, but how would you feel about being a rat for a couple minutes?
They just turned down into a rat. And don't even answer. They don't even answer you.
Will
Just you
I'll
sense
make it up
just
to
the
you, I
anger.
promise. But can you do a dash throughout the ship? I want to see how many people.
I'm at the back
Just
door.
try
You
not
couldn't have
to-
told me to turn in before
Okay, turn
I'd have to
back
get
into
up
a
to
bird
the.
and then turn into a rat when you get to. You didn't let me finish talking, by the way. I would have said the whole thing. I won't.
Tweet! We land on the deck.
Try not to get stepped on.
Freaking. Roll another investigation check. I'm going to cite for this as they're kind of like moving throughout the upper
Intelligence, right?
deck and then into the lower decks to see how many people are on the actual
they're
ship.
Smart. Nice. The 21.
Okay. They do a pretty good search of the deck, the upper deck, and then going down below to the deck where there's the entrance to the captain's quarters. That's. Oh, how long do you want them to do this? Let me ask that. How many floors do you want them to check?
I mean, most crew would be on the first two decks.
Oh.
We
Blessed
lost.
them.
Yeah. Most crews would be on the top two decks, which is where the sleeping quarters are. So it would be a good enough rough estimate. Anybody further under would really be like not even a handful, probably.
Okay. So with the 21, you notice on the upper deck, roll me a stealth check too, actually, before we do that.
For her not to get kicked or something. Oh, 19 on die.
You okay there, Belle?
It's a 23 this time.
23? Easy enough. So she's very good at hiding in rat form. And they begin to move throughout the ship. On the upper deck, they notice there is probably about two or three guards that seem to be keeping active patrol of the ship. As you move below, there is no one sleeping down in the quarters. It seems like everyone has kind of made their way onto the island to enjoy. And as you make your way over to the upper officers' quarters, which is directly outside of the captain's quarters and that space, there is, in that space, with your true sight, you see it is completely encased in webs. And seated in the upper corners of this space, there are two beings hunched tightly into balls in the corners. These bloated spider-like bodies with these humanoid forms kind of clenched up, similar purplish brown skin, their silvery hair kind of hanging down like spider webs as they are pressing their bodies up into the corners.
Gross. I love it. She comes out of it. Thank you, Soshi. I'll make it up to you. I promise. You can get back to the ship.
Roll me another stealth check, actually, just in case.
I don't want. You just really want her to get kicked. 17.
Actually,
No, don't roll. Don't do that.
17 is definitely within our
They're
range
just
here.
a little rat. It's just a little rat. Nobody pays it.
Okay, you're good.
You're so mean.
They are able to easily kind of escape out and make their way back up to the deck of the ship, jumping off before turning into a bird again and flying back to the siren song.
All right, so she did some scouting. I have a bit of a clearer picture here. Most of the crew seems to have been not on the ship, probably reveling on the island, on the beaches, gambling, doing whatever they do. But there does seem to be a couple of guards set on the top, and if we were to go in through the balcony, there's only a locked door in our way. If we were to go in through the actual door, we'd have to cross the captain's quarters, and that seems to be absolutely covered in webs and some webby creatures. Now, the captain's quarters themselves are also covered in webs, and there is somebody sleeping there. I didn't realize the captain had a partner, but that might be, I don't know. I didn't really pay
And where
attention
did the
to that.
map seem like it would be?
With how guarded the captain's quarters are, I'd place a bet. It's in there.
Then that is where we should go.
I just don't know what to do about the person that's sleeping. I don't know if we can get in and out. One, without disturbing the webs. And the webs would obviously trigger something to the webby creatures that are there. I don't know if it'll immediately notify her. But what worries me a lot more, because we can take care of them properly without too much issue, is the person that is sleeping. They would probably have some means of contact the captain if they're working.
If we do our job right, we should not have to worry about that. And if they prove to be a point of contention, a blockade for what we need, what you need, then we shall handle that.
Yeah, no issue with that at all.
Good. Because I don't either.
All right. Ugh, I don't like the thought of going through. Oh, I don't know. Maybe I can bring a unlit torch with me. We can burn some of them away. It's just sticky in the worst way, really.
I think one should learn to avoid instead of getting stuck. And
I'll
if,
try.
based on what I assume, I'm sure that you are probably nimble in some way, shape, or form.
She just like puts her hands on her hips, like, yeah, I am. All right.
Luckily for you, these old bones aren't as brittle.
Now, for you two, I guess finding out where she is. She didn't seem to be on the ship. I know she's staying here, so you can loiter around, see if she comes in and out of the inn itself. Or actively look for her, but I'll leave that side of the operation to the book, I think.
I feel like my talent would be better suited here. I'll reach into my bag and pull out a scroll of sending and pass it over to you. If anything goes wrong, contact me and I'll get us over there.
All right. Thank you. I'm
Or,
not
you know,
gonna
if
lie, I'm
something
not
goes
very,
right.
not very
Or
used.
there's something.
Yes.
Sorry,
Yeah.
what were you
All
saying?
right. Thank you. I'll let you know what happened.
Let's
we-
just
we
find her
split off,
first
or-
and then. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, this was like an above table question. Like, do you guys want to just split off here, and you two try to find her while we start sneaking over to the boat, or do you want us to wait?
I think it would be smart for us to try to find her first.
Hmm.
I still have a couple sending scrolls, so.
Okay.
That doesn't seem like an issue here. I do think as well, though, there's only so long that if they find her, if they engage, that 2 of the 4 are missing or gone. Not saying, I mean, this could be a couples thing because they are clearly connected, but we don't have a lot of time. If we're gonna do it, we gotta do.
Mhm.
Yeah, I do think Reinek and I should be at the ship before you guys engage to cut the travel time out.
Okay.
Sounds like
Okay.
Yep.
So the plan is you two are going to sneak towards the ship while Finnick and Gormrog try to find the spider and and her and distract them. Okay. Then let us start with Reinek and Morgan here. How do you two
so ready.
want to try and get to the ship? What's the plan?
All right. So, you don't need to breathe underwater. I don't need to breathe underwater.
This works for me.
All right. We can probably find.
I will say I'm
Wait,
much quicker on my feet, and I tend to stick to the shadows quite well.
Okay.
So it's no, I will roll for it, but I absolutely do have a passive stealth of 25.
Yeah, because you're actively trying to stealth, though.
Oh, no,
I'm gonna give
yeah.
you I'm gonna make
It's
a roll.
just noting that he typically blends into the shadows
Yeah,
easier.
yes.
So that it's known that that is his forte.
Yep.
I love that. All right, we can probably make it look like we're going on our ship and then get into the water and go around. I would like to make this as quick as possible just because we don't know how long the distraction's going to last. So I probably would want to try the Oh my god, the word escaped me. What's it called? The door out.
I'm blocked.
The
Oh, I'm blanking. The not the deck, like
the balcony.
balcony. We got there.
Yeah, we got there.
Yes. Agreed on balcony. So we meet at the balcony.
All right, so we'll Reinek and I will start walking towards our ship. You're muted.
Yep.
Sorry about that, everyone. I want you two to first roll me deception checks.
So we are walking.
Yeah. You are. You never know who's watching, though.
That is why we're doing this. Deception. Oh,
Jesus.
look at that. Uh,
19 on the die.
I can't.
29.
Damn.
14 plus 12. I can't math. I'm like, that's a 2-digit
26.
number. Y'all figure it out.
Yeah. Okay, so 26 and a insane amount of numbers. So you both begin to make your way towards your ship before you boarding your boat that you took onto the sand, or are you just walking into the water?
I think the vibe is it looks like we're about to go towards the ship.
Yeah.
Potentially, and then potentially they find a spot where no one's looking to jump into water. I find a spot where no one's looking to dip into the shadows. And then
Okay.
start making our way to the balcony.
Got it. Okay.
I can breathe on. I mean, I can breathe. I don't have to breathe on the water, but I'm not a swimmer,
Right.
so it's faster for Rhinak to not just be swimming.
Got it.
Yeah.
All right. Then I'm going
I'm
to
assuming.
need both of you to roll stealth checks for me now. This is
Yep.
like asking.
Thought you'd never ask.
Right. Well, what's your best skill? Do it for me.
I'm going to use a as a bonus action. You'll see me just be twirling my quill, and I'll point it at some of the shadow that I walk past, and it quickly swirls around me. I'm going to cast Cloak of Shadow, give myself advantage on the stealth check.
Okay. You still have your advantage, your bardic, your inspiration from when you read the intro, when you did the recap, correct? Yes, you did an introduction.
I have not. I have never used anything from that.
Okay, so if you want to save the spell slot and use that, it'll be a reroll instead.
Yeah, I'll do that. Awesome.
I gotta get you guys to use these so you do intros more often.
Well, 35 because of a natural 20.
Perfect. Yep, you're
Damn,
gone.
Okay. Yeah, I do have advantage, but I rolled pretty low for this one, so it's just a 22.
God, just 22. Just, oh, you might as well just knock on the front door. Okay. So both of you are able to very easily stealth away into the shadows through your various means, whether it be through water or shadows, and make your way over towards the ship. I'm going to need how are you going to move from the water onto the balcony?
So I forgot that I can control water at will. So I
Yep.
can literally have like the water just lift me up to the balcony and deposit me.
Sure. That's fine. I'm going to make you roll a stealth check, though, at disadvantage to do that, because it is a very public display, okay?
Okay.
But if that's how you want to
I
do it, that's
use
fine.
Advantage. So with the disadvantage, it'd be a flat.
Correct.
I'm just gonna when I get to a spot in the back, I'm just gonna start scaling, finding the small nooks and crannies and things that I can do.
Okay. So,
Using my mage hand as well, just in case if something's not there, just step on that as I go up.
sure. So make me either an athletics or acrobatics check, because you're using the mage hand. I'll give you advantage.
Slay.
Like, I rolled better on that one, so that is a 25.
Okay. Awesome.
And the higher of my rolls makes it a 21.
Okay. And just roll me one more spell casting check, just to make sure there's no problems raising yourself up out of the water on your spell.
You may do this as like a. Sorry.
Yeah, that's gonna be from Oregon, because
So
they're like
the-
specifically using the spell to lift them.
Yeah, so it's blah 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 concentration up to 10 minutes, up to 100 feet of water. It is a 4th level spell, but I can do it at.
Oh,
I don't need it.
all right, then disregard. I'm thinking of a lower level spell. You're good then.
Oh, that is shape water. And that
Yes,
is like
that's what I was thinking of. Yeah.
Yeah, so mine is 100 feet.
All right, you're good then. No need to roll at all. You're completely fine. Easily are able to lift yourself up. And Rhinak, as you're watching this, Morgan is literally just rising up with the water, and it just, like Moana in the fucking ocean, deposits her on the balcony. As you are
She looks
just,
very impressed.
you're like climbing up, catching yourself with a mage hand as you slip a little bit. Just look at her as she fucking stands there.
I mean,
Mhm.
you can teleport. I can't do that, and that's freaking cool.
And which is actually two things. One, the fact that he can just teleport up.
I think you would.
But he does not look like an old man. I mean, he's old, but he doesn't look like someone who is struggling to climb up this place. He almost takes on a useful move, like almost like a rock climber of some sort.
Hmm.
You know, this is someone who's very used to traversing in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah, Morgan's like, oh, you've done this before.
Okay, Zaddy, let's go. All right.
Back in my day.
As you two are deposited onto the balcony, there is the locked door in front of you, and it is just magical darkness in the room, so you cannot see through it.
Whack.
Her clothes, whack.
I forgot to mention the magical darkness.
Yes, you did.
Oops.
Love that.
Yeah, I think I mentioned it now. Like, hey, so I forgot to mention, but it's very dark in there.
You don't say.
No, like magically dark.
You don't say. I'm usually very good at seeing through darkness. The fact that I cannot means there's something more than just base absence of light.
Yeah. I didn't think about that part.
Oh, we'll be fine.
Oh, do you want to do the honors? I'm assuming it's been a less frequent thing for you lately than me. Go ahead. Pick the lock.
Yeah. He will you'll see him pull out a small little actually probably very ornate toolkit, like little thieves tools kit that he has. Almost like those dude bros who like have like the really nice mustaches and things, who carry their small little kit with them wherever they go. And it is so obnoxious. It's that energy. He would absolutely subscribe to like a beard box if he had one. And you see him take out what's required, and he goes, just adjusts his glasses, and absolutely will attempt to pick this lock.
All right, go ahead and roll a lockpick check for me.
Sure.
And I would love. What do you roll for a stealth check again, Morgan? As you landed on this porch, patio, upper deck, the balcony. That's what it's called.
The first one was a 22 because I
22,
rolled
got
bad,
it.
and
That's
the
what I thought.
second one was a little better. So the second one was higher than that. Not
Okay.
by much though. 25.
That. Yeah. Okay, great. 31.
Damn.
Not even a issue. It is so simple for you that for a minute you think the door might have been locked the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
Like
100%.
was Morgan fucking with you? The door was locked, but no, you definitely heard a click as the door, as the lock fell into place.
I feel like I haven't really failed a check yet, but also I've been getting the checks where I have expertise.
Right.
So
you're on brand right now.
Yeah, he will very deftly, very professional. Like if there was a competition for doing lockpicking, it's like the exact way you should do things. It's very analytical, methodical. You hear that click, and he will take back his tools, put them back into the little thing, and put it away.
Yeah,
Sort of
I
like a little
just
clip on.
gives, I don't know.
Okay. I'm assuming you guys are gonna open the door.
Very
Gently.
I'm going to need both of you to roll stealth checks one more time. These will be at disadvantage because you are in a very open space, essentially,
Yep.
with nowhere to hide.
dark. Flower.
Okay.
Oh,
The lower of my two die sizes was 16, so that is 31.
that is a 26.
Okay.
This was better.
As you push open the door and slowly pull it out, it is just a wall of darkness in front of you. Finnick and Gormrock, how are you two going to try and find our lovely drow pirate?
Well, because we know that she had left, my first idea is to just exit the inn and sort of do a quick glance.
So this is right after, like, when those two left?
Yeah.
Okay. If that's the case, she is right there.
Oh.
She has not disappeared into the city at all. She's very much just outside of the tavern. And as your two other compatriots leave, she clocks them both, keeping an eye on Rhynek and little Maury, watching them walk off into the shadows. Before seeing you two approach, her specifically, her attention turns towards you, and there's just this beautiful smile that kind of crosses across her face, though that large scar that cuts deep into her lip, you see it almost split open as she smiles, revealing a little bit of gum and the like.
Well, because I wasn't going to approach her
Okay.
right away. It's more of just keeping an eye on her at all times. But in this moment, I will reach down and grab Gormog's hand. It's like, all right, what games do you want to play first?
I don't know what they have, but I'm not too keen on that fish slapping one.
And I'm trying to basically insinuate that, like, we're off having, like, our own little date night while the other two are doing whatever they're doing.
Okay.
Basically, I'm trying not to lead into the suspicion.
Okay. Roll an insight check for me, the pair of you.
Insight?
Yeah.
That's not bad. What is my insight? All right, dirty 20.
23?
Okay. You see the attention of Nilistra, and as Rhynek and Morgan kind of move off into the darkness towards the ships, you see her attention follow them. And while she looked towards the pair of you momentarily and kind of smiled in your direction, seeing those two kind of trail off, you see her attention following them. And as they are drifting off into shadow, she is going to begin to kind of rise up and nonchalantly begin to make her way off in that direction as well.
Clocking that, part of me wants to try and grab her attention. And that's when I'll just go, I've kind of been thinking about that deal that Nilistra was talking about. And, like, I will name drop her as she's walking past.
Roll a deception check.
Okay. That's a 28.
you see her foot as she's kind of like stepping out, and she's not like walking past you. She's a little bit in front of you, kind of in that space. Her foot, as she steps, kicks out and turns and moves toward the rest of you. My ears started to ring, and I figured I would make my way over.
Oh, I didn't even see you there.
Right. Everyone sees me. Don't worry. Only when I want them to, though.
Nelly, right?
Yes, that's right. Gormrog, the same forwards and backwards.
Do you carouse often, Nelly?
Why are you asking, Gormrog?
Oh, we were considering a date night together today, but also thinking about you. Would you care to join us for some carousing?
Roll me a deception check, Gormrog.
Oh boy, I make these at advantage. That is an 18 with my brilliant +2. That's another dirty 20.
Hell yes.
Nice.
She rolled a 19, so you just fucking beat it.
God.
Love it.
It's a fucking 8 plus
Oh.
11. So you
Oh my god.
just
Damn.
fucking made that. I can be persuaded. I would love to learn a little bit more about you two and how you came to be together in this wonderful, wild world we're in.
I mean, love to tell you all about it.
Well, let's go. Let's explore the evening then.
Do you have any recommendations? We saw some games happening, but nothing quite struck our eye.
Oh, you didn't want to do the fish slapping?
It's... Well, no. Can't say that I did.
She laughs and kind of puts a hand up against your chest and like reaches a hand out to you, Finnick, like just touching you as well. So there's no confusion in the intention, I think is the way that will work. I love it when things slap me in the
y'all
face.
were giving me shit about that. Look at her doing the same thing.
What is she doing? She's perfect.
Whatever.
Well, if you don't want to have things slap against your face, Gormrock, then perhaps we there's a bit of curls for cannonballs. You can lift things up, or can you not?
I can, yeah.
I would love to see how this all would go. I'm sure Finnick will excel. She kind of grazes her hand across your bicep, Finnick. This is weird for me too, guys. Just that's clear.
Well, while I take my turn, Finnick can tell you about her side of things, and while she takes her turn, I can tell you about my side of things, and we can spend the night together.
I love it.
Carousing and gambling and card games and dice games and talking all the while. And you can tell us about your crew and what we might add to. Should we take you up on your offer?
I love it. She kind of reaches down, grabs both of your hands, and just starts running off into the darkness towards where the water is. But she kind of leads you off towards where there's this bit of there's fires kind of around, torchlights, and there's this long path made in the sand, kind of packed down. And there's people rolling these cannonballs down towards the water, but down this pathway, and whoever seems to get closest to this target area without going over into the water, that seems to be what the game is.
It's bocce ball with cannonballs.
Yep.
As she's pulling us and we're slightly behind her, I'm gonna give Finnick a look, and my face is just gonna say, I can't believe we're doing this, but I'm gonna suffer through it just for this mission. But they owe us for this. And then I'm gonna put a mask back on my face.
And I match that expression as well.
Okay.
Hey, she did say you didn't have to. It was an optional thing. I
Yep.
don't know what to tell you.
Yep.
Okay.
I want a cut of that treasure.
Absolutely.
Okay. Well, in short order, you are brought down to the Cannibal Curl. You all kind of gather up in your own aisle, away from the others. So, as I've said, the goal is to get as close to the line, and there's this line at the end of the path that you see. Get as close to the line as you can. The goal, whoever gets the closest without going over, wins. Now, rules for this game. The goal is to get a 30 between two d20 rolls. The first one is a strength roll. If you go 15 is the goal for that. And then the next one is the aim roll. Athletics and sleight of hand are the two rolls. If you roll a natural one at any point, automatically goes into the water. Okay?
I have advantage on both of those. Cool.
Okay. Well, who would like to go first? And each roll gets a question you can ask of me, so by all means, ask away.
I guess
You
I'll
wanna
go
go
first.
Okay.
So I roll athletics.
Yeah, athletics first.
That is a natural 20
Okay, so
for a
that's
22.
okay. So you only have 8 more points before you go over.
So I need to roll really low for this next one. Because the next one's sleight of hand.
Yep.
Okay. Finnick, you got a question?
Yes, please ask
Mhm.
away.
How long have you been doing this for?
Doing what? Pirating?
Yeah.
Privateering, adventuring, and we're all friends here at this point. Fucking gosh, probably 70, 80 years. Can I ask a question, Finnick?
Sure.
How long have you been adventuring, dear?
About. Well, I guess 6 or 7 months.
Okay. And you've accomplished so much in such a short amount of time.
Mm-hmm.
What'd you roll, Gormog?
I rolled a 6, and I needed a 5.
Bloop. Your cannonball rolls off into the water.
Just one number too much.
It actually doesn't fall off into the water. I apologize. You are just slightly past the zone. So you're only 1 point past the zone.
Yeah.
So you're up, Finnick. So, Gormrog, questions?
Yeah. How long have you been in the Shattered Teeth?
Oh gosh, probably about 60-ish years, 60-ish, 65 years. I get around, they say.
Long time to be traversing the perpetual storm.
Oh, hey, you learn a lot.
But
I could tell you secrets, Gormrog.
would love to hear 'em.
I'm sure. What did you roll, Finnick?
A 25 for
Okay.
athletics.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Just launched that fucking ball down there.
That
And
bionic
then
armor
sleight
you
of
is
hand.
something else.
Yeah, sleight of hand.
That is an 11, so goes over.
Yep. Okay. So, was there any other questions? Because we are getting ready to wrap up here. I just want to kind of move things along a bit.
I mean, lots of questions. I'm very curious about you. With your thematics, you're tied to Lolth?
Yes.
Cleric, or just culturally?
Oh, we are intimately connected. I'll leave it at that.
Okay. And I'm more martial in my typing. Finnick is martial and magic. Where do your
Just
skills
real
lie?
quick question. You have the symbol of Palor on your armor still, correct, Finnick?
No, because this is platinum dragon armor.
Okay, so you have the platinum dragon symbol,
Well, and I took my armor off.
but you were wearing it before.
Yes.
Okay.
But it would
Well-
have been platinum dragon armor.
Okay, thank you. Well, as you know, you worship Cord and I assume Bahamut, Finnick? Though I'm confused. Is it Bahamut? Is it Moloch? Is it any of the other things you have going on? Who specifically are we worshiping here?
I'm given all my options myself.
That's fair. I mean, I support that. So, is the Moloch issue
I'm
voluntary?
sorry, how do you... know about-
You're wearing a chain, dear. It's not a hard connection to make.
Well, just not everyone is familiar with him.
Well, there are those of us that have a little bit more access to information, I'll say. Is that voluntary, or is it something that was
It's
thrust
not by
upon you?
choice.
I am more than happy to help you remove that if that's something that you're interested in.
Can I insight check that?
Yeah, go ahead.
So 23.
She doesn't appear to be lying. She seems like she has some intention to help you get rid of it.
But is there any malice behind it?
Not that you can tell. Not with the 23, at least.
Why not?
Well, just
How high was that particular DC?
I go quiet as soon as she mentions that.
I wasn't trying to insult you, dear. I didn't, you know. I actually prefer to help you, unlike Morgan, who just will use you until she's done with you. She's done it with ships before. Why do you think her ship sank?
You keep bringing that up. What do you know that we don't?
She had her own ship sunk through her own ineptitude. She's
Ship sinking
not
is
great.
not an uncommon thing.
All right, that's neither here nor there. I'm just trying to tell you that I will actually help. Did you both just come here to distract me?
No.
No.
Someone is trying to get into my home. She disappears.
Counterspell.
Ooh, okay. Go ahead and roll counterspell.
This counterspell will be at, because I have very limited spell slots at the moment. 4th level.
Let me just check. Okay.
Ooh, the counterspell.
We can take her.
Okay, so you do got to roll. It's a DC 17.
Oh. And I add my spellcasting ability modifier, correct?
Correct.
I should probably get dice I can frickin' read. That is the 17 exactly.
Holy shit.
Well,
Wildly inappropriate, Finnick. And that's where we're going to call it for tonight.
I think
Suddenly, I regret
Nah.
taking off my armor.
Oh. Okay. Thank you so much for everyone that joined us tonight. Real quick, because I know people have
Oh, man.
outs. Omega, what do you got going on this week?
all the things. Look at my socials.
Check your socials. Yodi, check the socials as well. Shout them
Will
out.
do.
Anything quick.
Yeah, no, that's it. Check
All right.
socials.
All right.
Anime Expo this weekend. Let's go.
New Age Geeks has nothing going on this week, so join us next week as we do this battle. I got nothing
Battle?
else. I mean, clearly, I got nothing else. If you guys got nothing else, remember, we love you, geeks. Good night.